to Midweek Sports Special, which comes to you tonight from a noisy Olympic Stadium here in Amsterdam. Nottingham Forest, 2 goals to the good from the first leg. And the question is, will they hold on to it tonight? And what will their attitude be here tonight against Ajax of Amsterdam? Well, a man who can answer that well enough is Peter Taylor. Peter, what will be the attitude of Forest tonight?
Very positive. There's no way we can play other...
Well, your team are going out.
Yeah, they're going out for a warm-up, yeah. We can only play one way, Brian, the positive way. Whether we're 2-0 in front or we're level or we're behind. We'll go at them, but there's no way we've come here to defend.
It's a very noisy, hostile crowd.
Yes, I think tonight we may see a desperate Ajax side. Because we've certainly seen some desperate supporters at the moment, but we're aware of this and we're prepared for it. I believe they're in a desperate state.
And you're quite confident of Forest coming through?
I believe it's going to be a harder tussle than what we anticipated a fortnight ago. But yes, we will go through.
Peter, thanks very much indeed, and a lot of people at home will be cheering for you. Thanks a lot, Peter. I'm going to turn you back to Alan Taylor in London for the latest sports news, and then you'll be back here in Amsterdam with the arrival of the 2 teams.
Brian, thank you very much indeed, and certainly Peter Taylor looking very optimistic about the outcome with just a few moments remaining before kick-off. But we won't be forgetting that other crucial match in Europe tonight, and Arsenal fans can look forward to a special bonus later in the programme when we show the best action from their game with Juventus in Italy. And I can promise you that's well worth waiting for. But first, tonight's main headlines. Liverpool and Manchester United both win, so there is no change at the top of the First Division. Leicester get 1 point in the Second Division promotion race, but Birmingham stay on top. And in the Scottish Premier League, the title race is thrown wide open yet again. As a result of Aberdeen's defeat of Celtic, Aberdeen now go top. We'll have all the details and verdicts on these crucial matches a little later. Also coming up in tonight's programme, the world's top gymnasts gather at the Wembley Arena for the Champions All competition, which invariably produces some of the most exciting gymnasts seen in Britain. But let us delay the action no further and return to the Olympic Stadium, where Nottingham Forest bid to reach their 2nd consecutive European Cup final. With a 2-goal lead from the first leg, Forest faced a 60,000 capacity crowd and an Ajax side widely expected to produce a much better performance than they had in the first game. Your commentator, as ever, is Brian Moore.
Well, the massive stadium here, the Olympic Stadium, built for the 1928 Olympics, and a crowd of 65,000 here, awaiting the arrival of the 2 teams. 6,500 of that 65,000 crowd are Nottingham Forest fans. Well, the Ajax side, top of the Dutch league, but a team that lost here 6-3 in the league on Sunday. They've dropped one of the local favourites, the winger Simon Tahamata, and replaced him with Karel Bonsink. 3 Danes in the side, Lerbe, Jensen and Arneson, but the best known player is the defender Ruud Krol. The Nottingham Forest side, 1 change. Ian Bowyer gets the number 8 shirt with Stan Bowles moving down to substitute, but Forest pinning so many of their hopes tonight on the ability of Francis and Bertels to show a lot of pace up front and to get the vital away goal that would just about seal a victory for the Forest. And here are the sides with Ajax in their red shirts with white sleeves on the left of the picture as we look at them now. Nottingham Forest tonight playing in an all-yellow strip. The referee tonight is Nicolae Rainier from Romania, with 2 Romanian linesmen, of course. So away we go then. Nottingham Forest in the yellow strip attacking the goal to our left on a night when nerve will play almost as big a part as skill and character, as Forest seek to preserve this 2-goal lead they won so well in the first leg at Nottingham. McGovern quickly in on the action there. Forest determined that they will come here and attack, as Peter Taylor has told you, but they are now conceding a free kick within the first seconds of the game, halfway inside their own half. Ajax top of the Dutch league at the moment by 2 points. And they've not lost a European Cup tie here since 1969. And Forest, well, they might so easily have conceded a penalty there as Bonsink tried to wing his way through. This is Lerbe playing it forward again, onside. This time Bonsink is there, wanting to pull it back, and pulling it back only for Bowyer to whack it away Into touch, but an early scare there for Nottingham Forest. Now Kroll. Being closely shadowed there by Trevor Francis. That's too firm, and it's behind for the goal kick. The prize, of course, is an enormous one. A real money spinner in Madrid on May the 28th, the European Cup final. Peter Shilton with the kick for Forest. Robertson with the header. Kroll coming in there. McGovern with another header. O'Neill trying to get between Lerby and the goal, but it's back with Schreibers. And now Rudy Kroll. Lerby. Berver. Weinberg. Dane, Lerby again to Rudy Kroll. Bertels going across there to try and prevent the run coming forward. And again a good interception by Forrest, this time by Bowyer, and Francis fractionally offside. So free kick to Ajax. Weinberg. Laling. Player of Chinese extraction, but born in Holland and in fact has played for Holland. Oh, a nice little dummy there by Kroll for Lerby, who mishit that pass, and Anderson was there, and Francis was brought down by Berver, and a yellow card for the number 2 of Ajax, Peter Berver, for the foul on Trevor Francis. Lerby. Kroll. And how quickly Bertels is in there. It's clearly one of the jobs these front men have got to do for Forest. Every time Kroll's anywhere near the ball, they've got to be closing him down very quickly. Good header by Lloyd towards Bertels. Clashing there with Kroll again. But you can see how tigerish Bertels was there, but Kroll nonetheless found Laling. With Schönacker going outside him, but the corner goes to Ajax. So Arneson again with Laling at the near post. Lerby right in there too. Floating a little one in towards that near post again, looking for the back flick with the header. But Burns was there to put it away for another corner. A little bit of pressure on Forest now, halfway through the first half. Still no score in this leg, and Forest leading by 2-0 from the first leg. But needing to withstand this pressure as Arneson takes another corner for Ajax, a deeper one this time, towards Lerby on the far side, got his header in well, but Shilton gathered it well under pressure from Schönacker. And in fact there was a foul on the Nottingham Forest keeper. So far, so good then for Nottingham Forest. Foul by Bowyer given, almost on the centre line, another free kick for Ajax. Laling. Bowyer right there with him. Mersteger, Weinberg, Schönacker. Well, that might come for Bertels, or indeed it'll come for Francis, which is just as good. Support coming up quickly from the yellow shirts. It's Martin O'Neill. Francis away on the far side. Played back this time to Viv Anderson. Francis once more. Looking for the yard. Almost getting it through to Bowyer. There was a handball, I think, by Bowyer, yes. And a free kick to Ajax. Now Schönacker. This might be dangerous against Forest. O'Neill's come back. Anderson's back there as well. Here's Arneson. O'Neill. Good marking job again. Anderson. And now McGovern taking it from Francis. Trying to get Bertels on his way. 10 minutes to go to half-time. Weinberg to Henning Jensen to Rudy Krol. Jensen again. Jensen played in this time for Dick Schoenacker. He thought about a shot, the crowd wanted him to take it, but he's found Soren Lerby instead. Supported by Krol. Rudy Krol now. Lerby. Well, they got in a bit of a muddle there, but Bowye's pass out really is only providing a breather. Here's Weinberg. Lalling. As though Robertson was almost held off there by the man's arms, and here's Trevor Francis showing a bit of pace. Lerby's after him, free kick, and that might even be a yellow card, but it's not. It was a desperate challenge by the Dane Lerby on Trevor Francis, who for the first time in the night was really in full flight. It's with Robertson, the little pass from Bowyer. And getting across there for Pete Shrivers to take up the near post. Ajax setting up another attack. And it was Jensen making a long run there. Ponsink now. And in fact, it was Arneson brought down there right on the edge of the penalty area. Now this might be a problem for Forest. Krol will come up to mastermind it. Lerby is there too. Forest are putting a number of men into the wall. Lerby might well make just the little shot there, a little pass for Arneson. In fact, it was quite easily charged down, Jensen's shot. And now O'Neill, obstructed there, blatantly. And it's certainly a free kick. And whether the ref has got a yellow card out, as you can see, on Mersteger, the number 3. Well, that's the second yellow card for Ajax. First to Berver and then to Mersteger. And it'll be a free kick to Forest as we come towards the last 7 minutes of the first half. Well, that's adding almost insult to injury, because Mersteger, in checking Martin O'Neill, has done himself no good and has gone inside no good by getting a yellow card. Berve playing it back, and Shrivers needing to dive there at the feet of Gary Birtles. Jensen. Lerby. The long ball forward, and that's no problem for Peter Shilton. Ajax coming forward again, Jensen, but Arneson stopped by the challenge of Kenny Burns. Krol, the long ball forward again. Lalling, a lovely ball by Krol. One of the great old Ajax side of the early 1970s. Lalling getting the ball in there again, and Larry Lloyd caught it in the face, although I think the Ajax people felt that it hit him on the arm as well, and I must say that's the impression I got. But Lloyd very quickly clutched his head, and maybe the linesman and referee were convinced as well. But it's Arneson with a corner for Ajax. Floated in again towards the near post. Kenny Burns up very well indeed that time for Nottingham Forest, and in came Robertson, quite content to give away another corner. So often floating these corners in towards the near post, but that's a much, much deeper one towards Lerby, but it'll not get to him. It was Martin O'Neill who got the header in there for Forest, who will be desperate to make at least an initial breakthrough before half-time. And they have less than 5 minutes now to do that. Burvey with Francis, and a throw going to Ajax. Lerby again. Weinberg. Kroll again. You can see they're saying, let me have it and see what we can do. Well, he's found Lulling. Now it's Arneson. Kroll had gone forward as well, and Bertels had gone right there with him. Arneson playing it wide again to Lerby. So Lerby for Ajax. A long shot. Oh! Falling for a good save as that ball bounced awkwardly in front of Peter Chilton. Well, he let swing there when there really looked to be no danger. And Chilton had to really make sure he got behind that one. A good solid first half by Nottingham Forest. It's by no means been an extravaganza, because Ajax, who've had so much more of the play, have been unable to finish, and Forest have been too busy defending to be able to set up too many attacks of their own. But in terms of a winning performance, it really is so far so good for Forest, preserving this 2-goal lead. And the half-time whistle goes from the Romanian referee, and Ajax still have a lot to do, still with this 2-goal deficit, still worried about people like Trevor Francis and the pace and the threat that they have coming forward. Although it's been in defence more than anything else that Forest have looked so secure during this first half. Not spectacular, but really so far so good so far as English football's concerned. A half-time score then here in the Olympic Stadium in Amsterdam, the semi-final second leg of this European Cup. It's Ajax 0, Nottingham Forest 0, and we'll be back with the second half.
Is your future looking great? Or could you use a little help? A little extra help from the Halifax, the world's biggest building society. Whether you're heading for a honeymoon, a holiday, or a home of your own, regular saving with the Halifax makes the going easier.
Get a little extra help from the Halifax.
It's no good, Mr. Bullock. I told them we're full, but they won't go.
At ease, lad. Leave it to me.
What'd you tell him, Mr. Bullock?
Simple, lad. I just said, wouldn't you rather be Hebeling?
Hemmeling Light. Same strength, but low carbohydrate. Wow. Wouldn't you rather be Hemmeling?
Damage to the left, damage to the right. So spaced out. Oh, what a sight. Me, keeper of the realised faces. Damage don't know what the realised faces. They play their part. These dummies ain't so smart. Me, keeper of the realised faces.
The Braun Micron, the only shaver with a uniquely flexible Micron foil for a smooth, comfortable ride. Buy a Braun now and you could win a Porsche Turbo. Braun shavers, designed by perfectionists for perfectionists.
Hey, who's that for?
The English prisoner, sir. It is the only thing he will drink.
Squab Slimline? How long has he been drinking this?
Since he's been here, sir.
You fool! He picked you!
Slimline by you-know-who gives you a certain you-know-what.
Welcome back to Amsterdam as we start the second half. Ajax in the red and white shirts attacking the goal to our left, and now the pressure really is on them. They've got Swamborn on a defender in place of Mutstegger, and the pressure really on this home side now because they seek these 2 goals. They've got to come even harder now for Nottingham Forest, always being aware of the fact that if they slip up just once at the back and Forest score, then with the away goal situation, then they have to get 4. But at the moment they're breaking well here with Bonsing, crossing that in superbly as well. But in the end, it's Robertson right back there getting it away. And so it's a question now of Ajax pressurising Forest as much as they can, with better finishing than they were able to show in the first half, but equally remaining absolutely tight at the back. It's not a comfortable situation for any side with just 45 minutes left. And Forest, I imagine, although it's not been spectacular, have been quite content with their first 45 minutes performance. Berver for Ajax. Back to Swamborn. And now for Jensen. They pushed a lot forward, Ajax now, and Krol is in a lot of space here. McGovern coming near to close him down a little bit. Schoenacker playing it wide again, this time for Bonsing. He is a winger, he is playing in the centre in the first half. Lerby, nice skills there, looking to set up a shot. Nice skills again there, but the shot was terrible, and it's a goal kick for Nottingham Forest. And of course, Forest's ability in Europe has been to play so well away from home in second legs. They certainly did that in the last round in Dynamo Berlin, in East Berlin, when they went there a goal down. And of course, Forest have also shown their away ability a couple of times at Liverpool, when they went holding fairly slender leads and hung on well. And I suppose you could say if they can do it at Anfield, they can certainly do it here. But at the moment, it's Ajax coming for them again, off the face of Martin O'Neill. And Berve with the throw for the Dutch champions. Rudy Krol, number 5. Swinging that pass away to the right again to Laling. Bertels, who was hobbling pretty badly just before half-time, but he's come out again. Robertson with the throw. Berve. McGovern, Robertson, and this time it's a throw for Ajax. Lying very deep here, Rudy Krol. What a lovely struck ball, though. A long, long way, and Shilton might have been in trouble there. And in fact, in the end, it's a throw for Ajax, which they want to take quickly with Bonsing. But what a beautifully struck ball that was from Rudy Krol. Swamborn, here's Krol again. If anybody can set anything up for Ajax, it's him. It's Jensen with a shot, charged away by Kenny Burns. It's with Bertels. Surely that's a free kick. But not. Krol playing it in again. An offside flag on the far side against Frank Arneson. The referee spotted it, saw Forest in possession, told them to play on, and then has given a free kick for the foul on Martin O'Neill. Viv Anderson with it. Not a very good kick, straight to Lerby. Bonsing still in play, and they rather let him go there, and he's found Lerby. Anderson's after him, And Lerby brought down there by Anderson, and a free kick to Ajax. Got the impression that Lerby fell there, but it's a free kick. It could be dangerous. Lining up behind it are Bonsink, Kroll inevitably. The wall there, 5 in it. Shilton's lined them up. Bonsink. Oh! Terrific piece of keeping there by Peter Shilton. As you can see there, curling nicely, and Shilton down superbly. And a corner for Ajax. A deeper struck one there. Laling on the far side. Too high for him, though. Forest throw. Ian Bowyer. Played forward there by Robertson. Off an Ajax player for another throw to Forest. John Robertson with it. Fair bit of obstruction going on there. That time it was an obstruction on Trevor Francis. Maybe a little bit of pulling at his shirt as well. A free kick again for Forest. Birtles. Free kick again. Robertson. Frank Gray up there. Oh, he's turned a couple of them there, is Frank Gray. Birtles and Gray looking to try and find something here. Robertson with a nice little cross there. A little too high, though. And the claims for handball there, but the referee didn't want to know. But he's given a corner instead. Already taken. Now Gray with a chance to cross it in. Ajax weren't really ready for it. And my word, the header by Francis that looked as though it had to go in was wide of the Ajax goal. Really whipped in that cross there. Francis looked so well placed, but didn't get a good connection. Kroll. Jensen. And a good break by Arneson on the far side. Looking to cross the ball in there towards Schenacker, and a terrific piece of play there by John McGovern, because Laling was in there in full flight, and little McGovern, he did so well. And here come Forest now through Frankie Gray. The ball crossed in there towards Gary Birtles, but he couldn't quite get it, and Forest are beginning to look more menacing on the break now. Looking for one goal that will settle everything, and getting a corner here already taken. John Robertson looking to get towards the byline. Weinberg is the barrier at the moment. Played back here again, though, for Bowyer. Oh, and Bowyer's lost out, and Schönacker's stumbled. There was no foul there. O'Neill playing it back for safety all the way to Shilton. Coming up to a quarter of an hour, the second half gone. Well, Swanborn very nearly headed that for Birtles. Instead it falls for Kroll. Burns playing it forward, but Francis couldn't connect. It's Laling. Ajax coming forward once more. Too high for O'Neill. Bonsink playing it neatly inside for Lerby, a man who's got quite a shot on him, but he's not within range yet. But here's Bonsink, he might get within range. Well, no, Jensen couldn't get it. Bowyer comfortably coming away with it, finding Robertson. Francis doing a lot of good running onto that far side, playing it nicely in here for Frankie Gray. That's a good run by him as well. He's got Birtles up there with him. Gary Birtles now. Gray. Robertson. Faced by Kroll. Now, can Robertson get to that byline and whip something over? No, he can't because he's outnumbered, but he's got a free kick. Kick taken. Robertson with it, that loping run of his. Larry Lloyd was in there with a header, but quite comfortably there for Pete Shrivers. And the throw out here for Bonsink. Lerby, the Dane. For Arneson, another Dane. It's going past Viv Anderson. And he might get another chance of a shot, but Kenny Burns is there. And Burns has lost it to Arneson as well. Brought down right on the edge of the box as well. This could be a moment of danger for Nottingham Forest. The Romanian referee having no hesitation that was a free kick. Now Kroll's up there, Arneson's in there, Lerby also. But Kroll might well try a little swinger. Lerby might try to hammer one, which he does, and Shilton down superbly. Well, the Dane holds his head because he wonders how Shilton ever got down as quickly as that. Through the wall, and Shilton wasn't very pleased with that, but he did very well. So still 0-0 inside the last half hour. Lerby, the man whose shot was saved by Peter Shilton. Kenny Burns tucking it away for a throw to Ajax. Big Frank Arneson, the number 8. Another free kick for Ajax for the foul by Anderson on Bonsink. Arneson will take it. The pressure beginning to grow again on Nottingham Forest. Curled in towards the near post. And it went a long way. They claimed for a handball, but they haven't got it. They claim a penalty, but the Romanian referee doesn't want to know. That's it coming in there. That's where they claim was handball. But the referee has denied them a penalty. Arneson now for Ajax. And a nicely timed little challenge there by John McGovern. Just saw enough of the ball to nick in there and put it behind for the corner. I say it looked touch and go about that penalty, but the referee had no doubts, and there was no doubt about that header from Kenny Burns either. Forrest getting it away again. Francis there making a terrific run. And a very unlucky indeed for the ball not to go his way. Berver instead, but this a go for Robertson. And now as both sides really commit themselves to attack even more, Forest on the breakaway and Ajax through sustained pressure. There's a lot of football left in this cup tie. Oh, my word. And if Jensen could have just connected with that, that could have been very, very difficult and embarrassing for Nottingham Forest. Or rather, Schoenacker. "25 minutes left. Kroll to Bonsink. And the Ajax crowd are beginning to find their voices again now. As Arneson crosses it in again, and it's behind for the corner. And we've now reached a period where Forest have really got to make sure their nerve holds. As another corner comes in, knocked away that time by Frankie Gray. And that time by Larry Lloyd. Weinberg, Laling for Ajax. Crossed in once more. Lloyd is right up there, but it's headed behind that time by Schoenacker. And it must have come off Lloyd's head because Ajax have a corner. And now the pressure is really on Forest. Whacking another corner in there. And it's into the net! It's Lerby. There's the corner going in. And at the far post, it's the ducking header of Søren Lerby into the Forest net. And Ajax are really in this game now. So now we'll see what Forest can do with 25 minutes left. Lerby the scorer. And Forest might well regret the chances, the couple of chances that have come their way in this second half, which have been missed. Because Ajax are going to be at their throats now, you can be sure of that. It's Arnesen on the far side. They've never lost a European Cup tie here since 1969. And they are aiming to get at least another goal now to take this one into extra time. Kroll. And the noise is absolutely deafening now. McGovern. But Forest have been through this sort of thing before, and they know what's expected of them. But they've had to take so much pressure. I think much more than they thought. I think they really felt that they could come here and have a go at Ajax, but it certainly hasn't been that way. Verve. Lerby the scorer. And there's a lot of space here as Jensen takes it up. Arnesen. Forest are in a lot of trouble at the moment, and this time it's behind off O'Neill for the corner. Suddenly their hopes are sky high here in Amsterdam as Bowyer gets a free kick. And this is what Forest need at the moment, just a few moments to collect themselves and to remember what they have to do. Shilton away. Bertels getting up well. Francis is in the middle. Bowyer's coming up quickly. It's a throw to Nottingham Forest. Right, can Forest hang on? McGovern. For McGovern again. Francis waiting in the middle, but it won't get to him. Kroll cut that one out. And there's the Ajax manager, Leo Beenhakker. They say his future's very much in doubt here. In fact, they've already been saying that you can see what he wants. He wants men to go forward. Arnesen very deep. The long ball forward again. Anderson ducking underneath it, keeping his cool. Francis now for O'Neill. Played on and offside there for Bertels. There wasn't much in it. He could almost have been inside his own half, I thought, when the ball was played, but in fairness, the linesman was perfectly placed. So it's Rudy Kroll with the kick for Ajax. Jensen. McGovern trying to stop him, but not succeeding. And Larling on the far side, played in again there. And a terrific saving tackle again by Kenny Burns, when it looked as though Jensen might get in there for a shot on goal. But Forest are really up against it now. One down, leading 2-1 on aggregate still. But here's Kroll. Almost all the play in this second half has been confined into that third of the field around that Forest goal. Arnesen crossing the ball in once more towards Lerby, who got up well once more. And on the far side, it's Forest trying to get themselves out of trouble. Back with Shilton. Bertels. Bonsink. Swanborn. Or rather Berve now, Swanborn. Robertson trying to hold off his man. And that should be Peter Shilton's ball. Right underneath that crossbar, there was nothing to spare. Forest pushing up there, as you could see in that picture. They want to keep people away from that penalty area as much as they can. Bertel's beaten in the air by Zwanborn, but a bit of space here for Martin O'Neill. But they've really achieved nothing coming forward, just those two chances in this second half, Forest. And it's Henning Jensen now for Ajax. Another throw for Ajax. We're coming to the last quarter of an hour of the game. Oh, and Larry Lloyd has lost out on that one, but the crowd are howling for a penalty, but that was never on. And that's off the referee, which is bad luck for Forest. And a linesman flagging on the far side for an offside against Lauling, and so it's a free kick for Nottingham Forest, who now have 15 minutes with the number 8 Arneson down there injured. 15 minutes to hold out. Well, they've brought on one substitute at half-time. Here's the slow motion again. There was never a penalty. Francis looking for that little bit of pace, but he was never the favourite for that ball. Anderson cutting that one out and putting it away, but the linesman, in fact, was flagging for an offside against Lerby. 10 minutes left. Kenny Burns with the free kick. Prohl's header, and won by McGovern. Zwanborn getting it away. McGovern again, the short little pass for Bertels. O'Neill playing it forward again. Here's Berver in for Pete Shrivers. Zwanborn. That wasn't a very clever ball for Ajax. It's a throw to Nottingham Forest. Trying to launch a long throw there towards Trevor Francis. It's another throw for Nottingham Forest. Time must be hanging heavy for the Forest supporters now. In fact, also with the Ajax supporters, it must be galloping away, and they've all seemed to have got a feeling of the tension of this moment. The stadium is pretty quiet. It's as both sets of supporters wonder what on earth's going to happen in the 9 minutes that are left. It's a free kick at the moment, though, for Nottingham Forest, and that brings a few howls of anguish from the Dutchman. Frank Bray will take the kick. Oh yeah, right up there. Schoenacker is the one doing the shadowing, and the ball just off the corner flag, in fact, but eventually going out for a throw to Ajax. And that's a throw to Forest. Well, have they weathered that little crisis? They've got the ball, they've worked it up into this half of the field now, and they've quietened the crowd a little bit, taking that ball towards the corner flag, but there's a long, long time to go yet before you try any tricks like that. And the ball back with Shrivers, who will want to get this forward now quickly for Ajax. Lerb has gone right forward now. It's with Henning Jensen for Ajax, the number 7. Svanborn, here's Kroll running into that action again, but John Robertson getting there first. But it's a throw just inside their own half now for Ajax. Played here for Berber. Inside again for Jensen. Flicked in there, it went a long way before Bowyer, I think it was, who got the boot to that one. Kroll, and offside again. And certainly the Forest fans must sigh with relief when they see Ajax coming forward, and up goes the linesman's flag, and it's a little bit of a breather again for their team. About just over 6 minutes left. Frank Gray, a mighty free kick well inside the Ajax half. But here come Ajax again. Kroll playing it wide once more for Laling. And a header! Well saved by Shilton from Jensen. And there was an amazing amount of gap on that far side, as you can see now. A long cross coming in there. Look at the space for Jensen coming in, but straight at Peter Shilton. They're getting in a few crosses, are Ajax, and once or twice Forest have looked a bit vulnerable against them. Bertels. Lerby shrugging off the challenge of Gary Bertels, the man who scored the goal that's made things really on a knife edge now for Nottingham Forest. Anderson getting that one away. Four minutes left. And here's Jensen. The yellow shirts of Forest are all back in strength now. They might need to be. That's too high, that one, from Arneson. And that'll be a goal kick. So, Peter Shilton. Beaten once tonight. If he gets beaten again, we should go into extra time. But they've certainly looked a much more formidable proposition in this second leg of Ajax than they did up at the City Ground in the first leg. Helped on by a really hostile crowd. Francis, well, he's got away from Berber this time, but the whistle had gone, presumably for a foul by Francis. So here come Ajax again. Inside the last 3 minutes now. Rudy Kroll sweeping out a long pass there, but that's far too hard for Bonsink, and played there by Anderson. Back to Peter Shilton. A long kick forward once more. Kroll with the backward header, knowing that it'll come through to Pete Shrivers. Massive kick from Shrivers, 14.5 stone of him. Up goes Larry Lloyd. Weinberg to Laling. Now Lerby, the man who scored the goal for Ajax tonight. Looks as though he wants to get into a shooting position again. And indeed, he let one pop there, but it was always wide of Shilton's goal. We have 2 minutes left on the clock. Nottingham Forest 2 minutes away, and the Ajax trainer-manager, Leo Beenhakker, knows it too, in the leather coat there on the left. Certainly his side have had so much of the play. They've been able to create so little against a really solid Nottingham Forest defence, by and large. And now here's Bertels. And a foul there on Kroll by Martin O'Neill. We have a minute and a quarter left for Forest to defend this lead that now has been made just a one-goal lead. 2-0 on the first leg. 1 goal down on this leg. 2-1 Forest lead on aggregate with exactly 1 minute remaining now. Weinberg And somehow Forest have got to keep them out. That's a goal kick. That'll take up a few more seconds. The referee's had a look at his watch, but I think it's a bit too optimistic to expect that it'll be blown for at least another minute. But Forest have got to hang on now. They've taken so much from Ajax tonight, and they've conceded just that one goal. It's really all hands to the pump now, as Bonsing twists and turns. Larry Lloyd gets up there again. Kenny Burns looking to get a touch of the action, gets that header in there well, and McGovern playing it wide for Gary Birtles. And Birtles now going past his man, the first time he's been able to get past Kroll tonight. Supported by Anderson. And an offside against Birtles. And I hope Anderson gets back quickly, because Forest want him back there now. We're playing time out in on for injuries, and it's over. And Forest are through to the European Cup final. Winners by 2 goals to 1 on aggregate. Having won 2-0 in the first leg and conceded that solitary goal by Lerby here tonight. But they've hung on, and the team are going across to where their fans are jubilant up in the crowd. You can see them going away to the right there. And Ajax have been defeated, not the great old Ajax of old, but a side that had so much of the game and called for a lot of character and courage indeed from Nottingham Forest in their defence tonight. The defeated trainer, and it's Brian Clough and Peter Taylor together who are the winners again. Complaints there from the players as they come off about something, but there's the beaten side, and the victorious team are Nottingham Forest, who get another English side through to the European Cup final to be played in Madrid on May the 28th. A good, solid achievement by Nottingham Forest. Not a spectacular game, and not one you'll remember for a long time. But now they have every chance, these men in yellow, to turn it on in Madrid on May the 28th. Well done, Nottingham Forest. A final score line here then. Ajax 1, Nottingham Forest 0, but on aggregate 2-1 to Nottingham Forest, at which point we take a short break.